with patented and proprietary products. They are products that have withstood the test of time, helping people and their animal friends. Products that can help your body with today's challenges. Products you can be confident will be on the cutting edge of science for the challenges of tomorrow. They are products you can simply use and share with your loved ones, as well as build a business with if you choose. Today, I am grateful to have a scientist from 4Life's Research and Development Department, Shane Lefler, who is the Director of Product Development, join us on the call. Shane, thank you so much for being with us on the 4Life Product Training Call today.
It's great to be here, Daniel. Thanks for inviting me. It doesn't happen quite as often as I imagine we'd like it to actually come on and visit with people.
Well, we're very grateful to have you with us. Now, Shane, will you please tell us quickly a little bit about your educational background, your experience up to this point, as well as how long you've been with 4Life?
Certainly. Some of the background, from an educational standpoint, I have a bachelor's in biology with a minor in chemistry, and then I went on to do a master's of science in nutrition. And prior to that, I've always had an interest in supplements and kind of natural products, largely just because my grandmother's a large advocate of healthy choices and utilizing the plants and herbs around us. I also, from an experience standpoint, I had spent 3 years in a research lab at the University of Utah in the pulmonary division, doing research on cardiovascular health. Second, I had 5 years in a clinical laboratory, kind of after I graduated from school with my bachelor's. Worked in a DNA databasing company, as well as one that looked for DNA mutations on different genes. And then lastly, I've been here at 4Life, which when I wrote this down, I was like, wow, I've been here for a bit, almost seven plus years here at 4Life in the Research and Development Department. So I definitely have been here for a while, and which probably just goes to show how much I love it. The products as well as the people and the company.
Well, that's awesome. That really is an impressive background, and I can see why you're here with us at 4Life. I'm sure that I can speak for everyone at 4Life in saying that we're very lucky to have you here with us. Now, Shane, you have the opportunity to work with the products at a much more elemental level than the rest of us. Are there critical factors that David and Bianca have charged the Research and Development Department with concerning the development of 4Life products?
Certainly. Dave and Bianca certainly want to have the best products, not only from cutting edge, but also from purity and efficacy, even consistency, so that we can ensure we have the same product every time we make it. Some of those things are, as I said, purity obviously regards the microbiological contaminants as well as heavy metal limits. We source ingredients particularly that are low in those two things, so we have a nice clean product. Efficacy and strength, we source ingredients that are have been shown through HPLC verification that they are kind of high-end standardized ingredients, depending upon what the product requires. We also use a pretty neat machine called a near-infrared spectrometer that basically takes a fingerprint of the material and is able to identify what that material is. So, for instance, if it's green tea or if it's echinacea, it gives us that ability. And then also we can use that same machine to look at lot-to-lot variances. So we know we're getting the same material each and every time we order it from different suppliers. And then lastly but not least, composition, which is kind of a unique way to say it, to talk about consistency between lot to lot, so that when you receive a bottle of TF Cardio, let's say 6 months ago, that you get the same benefit if you buy one this month. The idea is that we charge our suppliers with giving us the same potent, efficacious material so that we can provide you with a consistent product, so that every time you take that product or recommend it to your friends or fellow distributors, that you have a consistent product that they can recognize and have repeated benefit with.
That's one of the many things that I really love about working with 4Life, is that I know that our products are of the highest quality, that I can always tell people about them with confidence, and they're effective. Now, most often we mainly talk about transfer factor, but let's focus on some other products today. Two of our top sellers are Rite Start Men and Rite Start Women. Why do you feel that people like them so much?
I'm a little biased in that, obviously I think it's probably because of the TF in them, but for lack of a better description, I think, to be honest with you, the main reason is because everything is in one convenient packet that a person needs to cover their daily supplemental needs. So basically, you can take it with you, you can put it in your pocket, you can put it in your purse. It's easy and convenient, and you know that it has everything that your body is going to, if it needs it, it's going to be contained within that Rite Start packet. Mainly because it does cover all kind of that aspects of the body. One, obviously, it has TF Plus in it, which is our number one TF product. It is a great immunomodulatory benefiting product. It helps strengthen the immune system and also helps to keep the immune system in a healthy fashion. It contains 100% of most all vitamins and minerals when taken at the 2-packet levels. It also contains an essential fatty acid product known as BioEFA. So if you take BioEFA or you take the soft gel out of Rite Start, those are the same soft gels. We did that so that there would be consistency among those two products. And then last but not least, there's some different blends, some proprietary antioxidant blends, some proprietary men's and women's blends, and some proprietary healthy aging blends that some things that the body needs on a consistent basis, but didn't necessarily fall within an antioxidant blend or a men's and women's health blend.
Okay, now you mentioned men's and women's specific blends. In each women's packet, there are 6 capsules or tablets. Can you please explain for our audience what each one of those is?
Certainly. If you have a packet in front of you, you'll notice that there are 6 different components within that packet. The one in a capsule is going to be your TF Plus, which hopefully everyone recognizes what TF Plus is. It's a collection of mushrooms and olive leaf, phytosterols, phytic acid, zinc. And then obviously transfer factor from both colostrum and egg. So it's kind of that, basically our number one selling product. Second would be the soft gel, which is kind of the amber-looking, clear-looking soft gel. It's an essential fatty acid from fish and plant sources. Basically, truly a balanced EFA approach. The next 2 would be 2 green kind of circular tablets, and these are where the majority of your vitamins and minerals exist. And just to make a comment about those particular tablets, while most vitamins are created equal and that you can get a consistent vitamin, we use mainly chelated minerals, which have a greater absorptive and bioavailability properties that allow the body to absorb them at an easier rate than sulfate or oxide forms. The 2 remaining tablets are what make up the women's blend and also the antioxidant blend. And that basically is a kind of a healthy anti-aging blend that contains a lot of antioxidants like quercetin, green tea, rutin, a number of those your well-known antioxidants. And then they also contain some additional vitamins and minerals that women need. And I'll talk a little more about the differences in just a minute.
I think a lot of people have wanted to know what each pill represents or what's inside of each pill, so we really appreciate that. So what is the biggest difference between the men's packet and the women's packet?
As you mentioned, there are a lot of similarities. Obviously, TF Plus would be the same essential fatty acid. Those 2 green tablets are going to be identical. It's mainly in those last 2. In the women's, they're tablets, and in the men's, they're smaller capsules, which I know we get a lot of requests that we adjust that. So the women's are taking smaller tablets or capsules as well. But as soon as we can fit more stuff into a smaller space, we'll be sure to do that. For the differences, one is the amount of key vitamins and minerals. Second is the men's and health women blend. You can see for women's, they need more nutrients like folic acid, calcium, iron, magnesium, largely because of the different hormonal differences between men and women. Yet men need more zinc and selenium to aid in healthy prostate and cardiovascular benefit. So really it's just a matter of there are different vitamins and minerals as well as herbs that are particular to men's and health benefits. Not necessarily that a man couldn't take a Rite Start women's. It's just he's going to get more benefit out of taking Rite Start men's. Either are kind of interchangeable. It's just a matter of focus and delivery.
So that's one of my questions, too. If I were to take the women's packet on a regular basis, could that have a negative effect on me being a man?
No, certainly not. They're almost the same. It's just, as I said before, it's just a question of if you want specific support for men's health benefit. But there's nothing in the women's that you taking it would have any kind of adverse effect. These herbs have been around for centuries, and I'm certain men have eaten the same food as their counterparts when they're sitting at the dinner table.
That makes sense to me. Okay, I really appreciate that because I've always wondered about that. Okay, Shane, it sounds like taking the recommended amount of Rite Start every day really is the best way to start your day. I know that for me, it definitely is my favorite product, and I feel a difference when I take it. It's also such a complete product, and I love that. So what about the other 4Life products? Do people need to take additional products apart from Rite Start?
That's kind of a interesting question, kind of a loaded question, sadly, but it largely depends on what they're doing. Depending upon their lifestyle, would largely depend on whether they need more than Rite Start. I personally feel that one main product that should be added on a daily basis would be probiotics. Here in the U.S., our lifestyles are so much more cleaner than they used to be, which, don't get me wrong, is a great thing, having traveled the world. But our gut isn't used to it, evolutionarily speaking. Our gut, where 70% of immune cells are located, needs those good bugs to work synergistically together. And if you can fill in the area with good bacteria, then bad bacteria have nowhere to take up residence. So, in my opinion, probiotics is really a key product that should be taken along with Rite Start. But again, like I said, whether or not there are other products people want to take, it kind of largely depends on their lifestyle. Someone who is super active is going to be would probably want to select those products that help them recover quicker and more, like TF Renuvo. There's plenty of evidence showing that if you work out rigorously, TF Renuvo helps you recover at a faster rate. And yet some people need to detox more often than others if they're continually exposed to, as I call the rigors of city life, kind of the exposure to exhaust and not living in that pristine country life, as you want to call it. So there are some products that are beneficial on a day-to-day basis that, depending upon what their exposure is, or not even exposure, but their exposure to the elements around them, would dictate that they would want to take additional products.
Okay, makes sense. One other product that's surprisingly popular is the PBGS Plus. Can you talk a little bit about that product and how it supports our body?
Sure. I agree. That product is a great product. It's been around for quite a while, but, as is typical from a research standpoint, research always points out good ingredients, and this product is largely based kind of as an antioxidant, based on pine bark and grape seed as kind of the two main that it had used as its selling points. But even more than that, it has ingredients that help the body stay ahead of kind of oxidative and cardiovascular stress. So things like quercetin, rutin, green tea, and then obviously pine bark and grapeseed. It also has a unique blend of enzymes, which you don't find in a lot of other products. And most of those enzymes are just in there to help the body improve breaking down those tablets, and then to kind of support the body's ability to assimilate those different antioxidants.
Well, that's great to know. I really appreciate that. So I want to ask you one question that we ask every guest we have on the call. What are your favorite 2 or 3 4Life products?
So that's kind of a funny question. When I get thinking about it, obviously I just talked about 2 things, and on a regular basis I take Rite Start Men's and probiotics for the same reasons I talked about earlier, and that I think they're a complete product, and probiotics because it provides that daily benefit. And then, for me, I'll add a targeted product each month, or else I'll add like PBGS Plus or Choice 50, just based on whether or not I kind of feel like I need it. For the targeted products, I tend to rotate through them kind of on a monthly basis, so I'll take like Mel Pro 1 month, and I'll take TF Cardio 1 month, and I'll take TF Vista or Glue Coach a different month, just because once you start taking all those products together, you almost don't need breakfast anymore. So I kind of prefer to rotate through them. I think the body can get more out of it if there's less it has to try and take in.
That makes sense. Well, we really appreciate you sharing that with us. It's always interesting to hear people talk about their favorite products, and Rite Start seems to always be at the top of the list. I'm happy you talked about probiotics. It's something that I've been learning a little bit more about recently, and the importance of that in our body. And I think people really don't realize how important it is that we get the probiotics in our body to help us out. So we just have one more question, and it's actually from our Vice President of Field Development, Nathan Larson. And Nathan asks, Shane, almost every day distributors have people tell them that they don't need supplements because they eat a balanced diet. Is that correct?
Yes and no. Eating a balanced diet will help to keep you going. But a nutrient-dense diet is kind of a thing of the past, not only because our food just isn't what it was during our grandparents' childhood, but also because we have such a different diet now. Our macronutrient ratios have dynamically changed, largely due to poor dietary choices. Sadly, supplementation only corrects the first problem, which is that nutrient density within the foods, kind of the phytochemicals that you get out of eating a healthy diet. And the second problem, to be honest with you, is either just laziness or lack of education and responsibility of eating healthy and kind of making sure that you take in the right amount of macronutrients, that mean the right amount of fruits and vegetables, the right amount of meat, the right amount of carbohydrates, the right amount of fat, so that the body knows how to assimilate it effectively. And that's just a matter of educating and kind of taking personal responsibility to eat correctly.
Well, that's great to know. Thank you very much for answering that question. Thank you so much for being with us on the call today, Shane. That's all the questions we have. I really appreciate your expertise and the knowledge that you have shared with us. And I would also like to thank all of the distributors who were on the call. I hope that you've been taking notes and that you will share this information with your team as well as your prospects. Hopefully, we will use the 4Life products to help ourselves and others find optimum wellness. Plan to join us on 4Life Live and the product calls weekly. Use them both to introduce individuals to the opportunity of better health that is 4Life. Have individuals on your team listen to better understand the products and learn ways to build their businesses. Next week, Health Science Advisory Board member Teresa Tomaska will be joining us on the call, and the subject will be a focus on women's needs with 4Life products. If you want to listen to this call again or have someone else do so, please call 530-881-1219. Again, that is 530-881-1219, and use meeting ID 841-832-629-pound. Again, that is 841-832-629-pound. And this call will also be available on YouTube. Also, please make sure to check out 4Life Live on YouTube as well. And thanks again, Shane. We really appreciate it.
Hey, it was great to be on here.
And thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.